Look, we wish Rocker well at his new club. You know, having signed him for only £1 million just last season, 7 million's a very, very good fee for us. And to be honest, we only signed him to sell him on at a profit anyhow. Yeah, we were just fattening the pigs. So, yeah, worked out really well for us.
Synger samman till segerstroppen Maltan Grindavik Och jag vet Mitt vattnen ger idag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. It is Season 15, Episode 3 today. We start with Thor in the Icelandic Cup quarter-final. The GAGs, of course, will be out in action for that. But given that we are into July now, it means the transfer window has opened and some transfers have happened. Now, the first one is a departure of a rocker. Now, we signed him for 1.1 million from Real Madrid, basically because he was worth way more than that. He came in, he played a year, did a really good job, and we've sold him on with 7 million we got. You can see he's worth a little bit more than that now, but he's on 42 grand a week with us. He's on more than that now. He's at FC Copenhagen, and I just think it's a good piece of business for us. You know, we've times 7 our money, basically, and yeah, you know, he gets one of these guys, he's good, but it's not quite good enough for us, I don't think. So that was really good. Now, the other thing that's happened is the signings that we saw last episode have actually joined us now. And we can see them here, and we can see a little bit more detail exactly what they cost and whatnot. So Mateo Bermudez is the 18-year-old Spanish goalkeeper. 3.8 million we paid for him on just under 5 grand a week. This is him, potentially very, very good. And the long-term replacement for Puwol, I would imagine. Just not for this year. He's not quite there yet. We have got our newest and latest wonder kid, Pavel Rusnak. He has joined us. We are training him to be a left back, given that he's left-footed. We signed him for 7.8, was it? 6.5 even. I think it can go up a little bit from that. But yeah, that's a good deal. Again, just over 5 grand a week for a wonder kid, model citizen. I am very, very happy that he is with us. And the other main signing that we made was Kune here. Now he signed for 650 grand. He's on just under 10 grand a week. But again, you can see a lot of potential. And as far as the centre back goes, can play on either foot. Bit of a ball-playing centre-back, just turned 20, so he may not actually end up becoming club trained, but I mean, he's another one of these guys that if somebody better comes along, we'll definitely sell him on for a massive profit, so I'm okay with that. And the other guy we signed here was just to try and the wonder kid wanted someone to help him settle in, so this was our attempt to do that. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't say that promise has been fulfilled yet, so I'm not sure exactly why that is, but anyway, hopefully he's fine with it, because otherwise, I don't know what. I wonder if it's because. I bet it's because. Is he not in the senior squad? Let's try that and let's see if that fulfills the promise. Anyway, we've got some games to catch you up on, so let's go and do that. The first one was the Kit Kashgabi against Grota. Milosevic picked out Skojan's run to make it 1-0. And Meyer did the same for Skojan's second. So we made really, really hard work to win a game. We absolutely dominated. They only had one shot the entire game, and if it had gone in, it felt like that sort of game. But the Skojan double, he is still with us. No one's come in for him yet, and to trigger that release fee, I've tried to make him a key player for us, a star player, and we're trying to sort of woo him over. Hopefully, we can do so he'll accept a new contract with us. But yeah, we're still very much hanging in the balance, and I would say it's still odds on that he leaves us. The other game to catch you up on was against the team that was second in the league at the time, FH. Valenzuela picked out an unmarked Ambrosio to open the scoring. Milosevic found Raul to make it 2-0. And Raul picked out Skojan's run for our third. So another game that we probably should have won more comfortably, but never in danger of not winning it. You'll notice right back Jimenez was back from injury, so we could start and get him a little bit of match sharpness, getting ready for Europe. But yeah, it was another strong performance. You can see we tried D'Ambrosio over there as on the left-hand side as an inside forward. He worked fine, you know, just trying to different options. Basically, we're just trying to find out the best way to play, and yeah, we do have options. I really hope Skojan stays though, because I think he's going to be important for us. So the league table: 9 games, 9 wins, 27 points, plus 39 goal difference. It's all happy days, isn't it, at Grindavik? But let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here in this game against Thor. And we can see we're expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. And the team that we will be sending out is, well, it's just the GAGs. have limited options, to be honest. So it is Rafferson in goal, Bodvarsson, Mortensen, Unnesen, and Snyder as the back four. It's Turpinson, Meyer, and Allmarkson in midfield. It's Junior, Bjornsson, and Baltusson going up top. It's more or less the team that has played every game. There may have been one or two sort of tweaks here and there, but that is pretty much our best GAG side, and we can't really change it. So we can see the team sheets there. I don't recognise any names. They are a second tier side, so it's one of these we should win quite comfortably. Let's just stick to the game. Did I say stick to the game plan? I think I did. And that should be fine. We'll fist pump. We'll get out there and hopefully get a nice victory under our belt. Move on. Now, one other thing, just to quickly catch you up on, was in that FH game, we actually broke the record for league record for highest attendance. It was our own record to break, about 200 people extra we got in. I think it was 14,900 as opposed to 14,700. So that's nice. Not quite that many people in today, though, it doesn't look like. And you'd think we'd take quite the away following. I mean, I don't know exactly where how close together these clubs are situated, but Iceland's not that big, and in the summer you would imagine sort of traveling around is fairly easy. So yeah, you'd think we'd have a bit of a travelling contingent at this point. I mean, we do actually, to be fair. It's a goal for Baltusson to open the scoring. There is quite a few of us there, and actually it's offside. I was too busy looking to see what the crowd was. Yeah, he's just gone early, hasn't he, from Snyder's cross there. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely the majority of the crowd, aren't we? Junior now to whip in a corner. It's into a decent area, but the goalkeeper is there to claim it. And there we go. I haven't quite figured out yet the way I'm going to do goalkeeping playing time. Puol will obviously play in Europe, and we'll make sure that he is fully match sharp for Europe. What I don't want to do is completely... Oh, it was almost Allmarkson and Baltusson linking up again there. What I don't want to do is completely freeze out Rafferson. Well, Rafferson obviously will play in these cup games. But equally, I want to try and make sure that the Spanish kid is getting a little bit of game time to make sure that he's going to develop as well. So whether he does that in the under-18s perhaps, or the kids, whatever it is, under-19s, that could be an option for this year. As we got... Oh, that's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. The ball over the top. I think it was Allmarkson. Bjornsson, who is looking very, very good over on that left-hand side. It was a first-time cross-in, and Baltusson's not going to miss that, is he? Was it Meyer with the ball in? It was Meyer. First time. That's wonderful football, isn't it? It almost looked like Baltusson was just right in his stride. Looked like he miskicked it a little bit, but I think it was just that good of a ball. It was just on his toe and his stride. He didn't really have to do anything. And we're going to keep some pressure on here, it looks like, as well. Unnesen to Snyder. Back to Mortensen. Bodvarsson. And there's a ball forward. It's headed down, though, and away. But they're just lumping it forward, aren't they? And we're just keeping the pressure on, probing away. Baltusson, oh, there was a good run from Allmarkson there. Baltusson's got it back, though. And the goalkeeper has made a pretty good save there, you'd have to say. Corner again for Junior. Let's see what we can do. This time it was into a good area, but headed behind for a corner, which obviously leads to nothing. He has suffered a twisted knee. Okay, well, that's not great. Can we get the half-time? No. So that's a shame for Bjornsson, who had looked quite good. That's a good header. Well saved. So what are our options to play out there then? I mean, it's saying Rickardsson. I mean, that might be the only sensible thing we can do. As here we go with Bjornsson again. Ball in. Allmarkson just didn't make contact. And that is that. And Rickardsson will come on and play on the left-hand side. We could have put Baltusson out there maybe, but Rickardsson is not... He's a central midfielder, isn't he? He's not a wide player. He's not the greatest dribbler. He can't cross and he can't really finish. Anyway, we'll go with it. We'll see. The other option maybe would have been moving Bodvarsson forward, perhaps. I wonder if that's something we could do, actually, second half, is move Bodvarsson forward to play as an inside forward, and we could move somebody into fullback, either Mortensen. I think I have a young left-back on the bench. So that might be a way forward for us. That's a good ball from Rickardsson. I tell you what, if he can drift in and do that, I wonder if we could play him as... Is there another role? It's the only thing I can think of is an advanced playmaker out there, but we kind of want someone in the middle doing that, I would have thought. So we don't want to get complacent. It is still only 1-0 here. So it's, the game is hanging in the balance somewhat. Although you'd be surprised if they managed to get something in the second half. Alright, so we could bring you on to play at left back. Move Bodvarsson forward. Yeah, he's not really going to play. He could play as an inverted winger maybe in Rickardsson. What could we do with you since I've already brought you on? He's not really any of those things, is he? He's just not a wide player. Could Meyer do something out there? Meyer is left-footed, but again, he's not a wide player, is he? All right, so let's bring on... Who's got the booking? Turpinson. That's not really going to help us, is it? Okay, so we'll take Meyer off, and we'll do that, and it will be an inverted winger with that crossing ability. And yeah, I mean, that's maybe the best way around that, to be honest. And we'll praise, and hopefully we'll get this second goal. Junior with another corner. It's back post, it's headed away. Turpinson is there. It is headed away for a second time. Snyder to Ingason. Bodvarsson now. Can he get a cross in? It looks like it's partially blocked. Rickardsson. It's just not quite falling. Here we go with Olmark. Oh, Damien Olmarksson. It looks like it went in via the goalkeeper, but it was an absolute bullet off his boot. And that will be 2-0. And hopefully, given that we haven't seen much from them. And what about Baltinson? Look at that. Just a beautiful setup. Could goalkeeper have done better? He'll probably should have saved that, realistically speaking. But it was well hit. And, you know, the level of player that he is, he's probably never seen a shot come at him that fast before. So 2-0. That should, and I stress should, be enough. Turpinson actually on a booking. We can bring Fredriksson on for him. That's fine. Snyder's not having a great game. We do have another young right back on the bench. Here we go with Ingason. It's a silly tackle. Baltinson with a chance to put the game well and truly to bed here for us. On the hour mark. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. Makes it 3-0. And given that Snyder's not having a great game anyway, we can bring on Gunnarsson. You may remember me tripping over his name earlier on in the run. It would have been last episode. And I don't know if we have any other subs that we can make. No, that's it. So, there we go. Junior over a free kick now. This might be within range for him. He has a go. It's off the crossbar. He's very unlucky. Very unlucky. He'll go across now to take the corner. Let's see if we can find a Grindavik head. It's headed away. Fredriksson is there. And nothing more becomes of that. We usually have a bit of a tough... Was it Thor? I always get Thor and Proto, which I now think he might be Thota. It's all marks and misses. One of them has knocked us out before, and we always seem to have a tough time. We always seem to draw them, actually, which for a lower league team is probably says a lot about them, to be honest, at the fact that they're in a position to be able to be drawn against us. But we never sort of run up a score against them. So... That's, yeah, it's a wonder that they haven't been promoted, actually, given that that's the case. Maybe they're good defensively, but they struggle to score goals themselves, as Olmarksson and Baltinson combine again. I think that's a hat-trick for Baltinson, and he was all alone. And the poor goalkeeper, he just had no chance there, did he? Absolutely no chance. So it is 4-0 now. And, yeah, it's the old Olmarksson, Baltinson link-up. And, yeah, the poor goalkeeper. Just deer in headlight stuff, that, wasn't it? But there we go. Very, very nice to see. Another highlight. Can we get to 5? Having said that we don't usually run up a score against them, we're in danger of doing that here, aren't we? There's a good ball for Junior. Baltinson in the middle, offside. I could have been either of them, actually. Junior's been given. Baltinson, he may have been behind the ball, but he was definitely flirting with offside, wasn't he? Another free kick. Junior again. Ball in. He takes a good free kick, doesn't he? Fredriksson back there for Gunnarsson. Ball forward. Baltinson can't quite beat the goalkeeper to it, who did well on that occasion. And we're about to enter stoppage time. And we'll have a semi-final to look forward to, which means off to the National Stadium we go. Baltinson, oh, he's done brilliantly. How's he done that? That's a stunning goal from Neil Baltinson. He's 20th of the season. And I don't know how he's managed to bring it down on his chest and beat two men. Let's have another look at this. It's good on Nolfson, the youngster. And yeah, maybe it's not the greatest defending, but it was a beautiful piece of control, wasn't it? And that is 5, and we have run up a score against them now. I almost want to say unfortunately. It's one of those, I like running up scores, but maybe not against the lesser opposition. And ideally, this would have been a good game too. Oh, Boughton's in again, and he's not going to miss that. It's his 21st. Is that 5 he has now? And I'm not sure. The flick on was a very nice thing indeed. Was it Allmarkson again? Boughton's in there, back to Ignason. Ball forward. Might have even been the, was it the defender or Rickardson? We'll get an idea when we see the assist here who it was. It was Rickardson. It's a beautiful knockdown from the young midfielder. And there is Mortensen heading just over. But that should be that. 6-0 in the end is, it's a very comfortable score, isn't it? Even though we do have a right back playing left wing and all sorts of things. But the Gags are doing well. It's mostly Boughton, let's be honest, with 5 goals, but everybody else chipped in. And the Allmarks, I wish I'd been keeping track of how many times Allmarkson and Boughton have combined between them to get goals for the Gags. It must be pushing 100, wouldn't it? That's maybe a bit ambitious. 50. Must be pushing 50. Bjornsson, his twisted knee won't be too long. We've got Allmarkson in form. 7 key passes, a goal, an assist. You love to see him doing that kind of thing. Guys, wait right there. We will be back for the semi-final, I think. So that's to look forward to. Off to the National Stadium we go. Alright, change of plan. That is because the semi-finals in between the 2 legs of Champions League qualifying, so it's not going to work out because that would mean the next game to show would be Champions League qualifying, and that's a little bit too far away. So, we have some news though. Mark Koch has left. 8 million. He has gone off to France. Now, you may remember he was looking to explore his options at the end of his contract. We paid 10 million for him, so to get 8 back is not too bad. Now, there was a part of me that thought, obviously he's a very good player, just keep him until his contract is up, because he had sort of this season and then next season as well. But one thing that was going against him here is if we go and have a look at the scouting report, doesn't enjoy big games, and this is something I've been trying to weed out of the squad, and so 8 million for that I thought was okay. And we've got an instant replacement in as well, albeit only on loan, but it is this guy. It is Christian Hernandez, a 20-year-old wonder kid. We've signed him on loan from Villarreal. Now he's Venezuelan, but you can see we're paying a bit of a fee for him as well, but we do have the optional 20 million to buy him. Whether or not you're going to have another Grubasic that just doesn't want to join us could be a problem, I suppose. But anyway, wonder kid. He's very good. He's very similar to not quite the same skills as Koch, but I'd say if you were to add up all the attributes, they'd be fairly similar. But I think this guy has a higher ceiling. So he's still quick. He still dribbles and crosses. Maybe not as good at finishing, but he's got some good flair there. He can pass, good technique, and yeah, I think there's a lot to like about him. And he is part Spanish, so he's not going to be a foreign player on that front either. So that is all very, very good news, I think. And we're going to see all the new signings against Breidablik, which is one of the main reasons why I thought we'd come back straight away to see them. So we're expecting a 4-3-3 out of Breidablik, and this is the team that we are sending out. Now, we've got to be a little bit creative. How many foreigners? Yeah, we do have the 3. So it's going to be Rafferson having to go in goal because we couldn't play Puwal because he's a foreigner. So we're going to have a first look at Rusnik learning to play left back, which should be interesting. Kune is going to play in the back. Now, I want him to be a ball player though, please. Plemenos is going to play. Now, he is unhappy currently. He could probably play as a ball player as well. 2 ball playing centre backs. Who are we? And then Jimenez is going to continue his return from injury, playing right back for us. Jonsson, Valenzuela, and Raul, same sort of trio there in midfield, though we do have Smolin on the bench. And given that you guys are here watching, let's start him instead of Valenzuela. So that is that. Hernandez will go and play right wing. We're going to have Andrej Vozovic, the promising winger. He's going to go on the left. Then Brosio will be the deep lying forward over there, up top, with Skojan on the bench. I'm trying to keep him happy. No bids still have come in for him yet. But yeah, that is everybody, I think, all the new signings. So let's go see them in action. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. I think this we've given quite a few players to Breeder Blink over the years, but there's not too many that I recognise there at this point. All right, so we want to let's enjoy the game, play our own game. There's a lot of debutants out there tonight, so we want to make sure that they enjoy it and hopefully rack up some goals. All right, and here we go. Should be a full house. I'd imagine there'd be quite a bit of excitement around the ground with so many new players. I mean, how many of this starting team were here even, the start of last season? Or, even the start of this season. There's not that many. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how we get on. There is the league table. And, we don't need to see all that, do we? Let's just get on to the game here. So, yeah, I mean, because Jimenez is new for this year. Plemenos is relatively new. He's been here for a few seasons now. The Kone, so most of the back four is new. Smolin in midfield, and, of course, Hernandez. Well, actually, all the front three are pretty much new this season as well, aren't they? Jimenez with a corner. It's a decent one. It's headed away, though. Hernandez is there. Hernandez gets free of the defence, and Plemenos buries his second of the season. What a rocket that was off the boot. And in the 15th minute, we go 1-0 up against Breeder Blink. A team who used to give us a real going over at times, didn't they? But we've come a long way, and they just never quite got to the point where they were qualifying for the group stages in Europe. And I think they've been the closest as well, which is it's just been really frustrating on that front. Not sure what that was. Not the greatest pass we'll see today, hopefully. And here come Breeder Blink. Can D'Ambrosio win it back for us? Not quite. And, well, let's see where this goes. They're just keeping a bit of possession. Are they going to ping a pass and pick us apart here? Arneson is doing his best to do that. And there's a shot over the top into the away fans. And that will be that. I was going to say something then, and it's gone. Which is... we'll call it a senior moment. Okay, we've got a bruised thigh. So Raul, it's not the end of the world. It's not going to get any worse. But it might impact his performance. So we could bring Valenzuela, it said, was the option. Is he going to be too many foreign players, though, I wonder? Here we go now with Raul. Raul is through. He has a go. And it's not quite there for him. All right, if we can't bring Valenzuela on, we can. We could have brought Rick Artson on, which would have been absolutely fine. But we'll give Valenzuela a chance to show what he can do. I think right now, we're looking at Champions League. Oh, and Ondrazovic just over the top. I'm thinking right now that Valenzuela, maybe he gets the chance to play next to Raul in the Champions League. Now that the window's open, I've had a quick look at options to sort of loan players in, and there wasn't really anybody that was a free agent with their contract up. So there's no one on that side of things that we could bring in. As of yet, there's not really been any loans either. I think we do need at least one central midfielder, don't we? I think we've seen that before. We might try D'Ambrosio as an advanced forward. Sometimes in these sorts of games, that works a little bit better for us. And we can always look to bring Hernandez, has got an injury now as well. So that's not what we want to see. So he's gone down for a penalty, has he? Rusnak is going to take it. So let's just hold off the sub here and see if we can get a debutant on the score. Oh, that was fine, wasn't it? Just rolled it the other way. And it is 2-0 now, which is good to see. I haven't seen what the Hernandez knock here is. The last thing we need, and he was not match sharp at all, but the last thing we need here is a pulled knee ligament. Yeah, so that needs to come off, doesn't it? So how do we rejig? Now, can Scotian play wide? I don't see any reason why he couldn't, actually. So let's stick him out there. I'm pretty sure I saw that he could play out there. Yeah, inverted or as a ram de tour or whatever that one is. Let's try that. It's one of those positions I always think it should work, and I've never really used it that often. But we'll give it a chance here. Pavas, I don't think, can come on because we'll have too many foreigners. And there's not really anybody else I particularly want to give game time to. As corner comes in, headed away there. And another chance. Jonsson's there. And, oh, that was not the greatest. Oh, the Spanish goalkeeper, if you wonder why he's not playing, I haven't got him registered in the squad. he's okay with that. So somebody had to sort of miss out for now. So that's the way that we've gone with that one. Nice pass, and Jimenez kind of did well to keep it in. Actually made it look a better pass than perhaps it was. It was slightly overhit, wasn't it? Here we go with Jonsson to Smolin to Skojan to D'Ambrosio. Oh, it was how the goalpost has done well to withstand that. Actually, absolute rocket, but just couldn't quite find the finishing touch there. Well, it's looked a little bit. We've looked good in patches, but it's looked a little bit like a team that is not played together before, doesn't it? D'Ambrosio again with the woodwork. Not had much luck either, I suppose you could say, after crushing the post twice. So it looks like it's going to be, again, just a 2-0 win. Perhaps flattering to deceive a little bit. D'Ambrosio's been quite unlucky there. Hernandez looked good. Kone has played well at the back. Is it Kune? Smolin's had a 7 match rating in midfield, so a lot to like, but definitely early days for a lot of that team, I would say. And we can see the league table there. Hopefully this is the last time we'll have to see a league game. But Valor have put themselves up into second now with a game in hand. FH and Grotta. I really wish Grotta would just go down and stay down. Their jersey is too much like ours. Viking are struggling down the bottom of the table. It's not great. So 3 to 4 weeks. He should be back for the Champions League, which is ultimately what matters. Raul, it must be a nasty bruise. A week out with a bruise. And yeah, Rusnak has got himself a goal, which is very nice to see. And there we go, guys. That will be that. So we will be back next time as Plemenos. What a goal that was by Plemenos, actually, as well, wasn't it? But good defensive work. He wants to leave, which is why he's a little down in the dumps. But we'll be back next time to start Champions League qualifying. We'll have the first leg of the third qualifying round, then the semi-final of the Cup. Hopefully, we'll get enough done in the first leg. We won't have to worry about showing the second leg, and then we can come back for the playoff round. So that's the plan. Hopefully, you'll enjoy it. And yeah, I will see you for that one. Take care.